All right, we're hopping directly into game. It's map number 2, and spawning in the top left side of the map, I would say surprisingly, down 0-1, it's going to be the favorited player, the Blue Zerg, Soulkey.
In the bottom left, as the red Terran, it is Forte, or Salvation.
Bets are locked down at this point, and with 5,495 partoofs, that's what Salvation has riding on him to win this series. Soulkey has, however, 8,254, so I think not so surprising to see people voting on Soulkey. Good player. That all in, the Baneling bus, like, we haven't seen it in so long, and I feel like that's almost a little bit of what he was banking on, just hoping that maybe Salvation wasn't ready or wasn't expecting it or any number of things. But as we saw, good control, won that game.
It was kind of a, a case of that's why we don't see it. If you wanted to ever tell someone, like, well, people just Baneling bus more when they see those Reapers. Well, because if you go for the Reapers, you either go for enough Reapers, because he stopped after like the 3 or 4 that he had, that you throw grenades everywhere and the Ling bus still doesn't work, or you transfer very quickly into Marines, and there's enough Marines that, well controlled, will deal with it too. So basically, it's like this all-in is not the like automatic win response it might be to a failed, 2-reaction part of the swarm. It's actually a lot easier to defend in some cases in Legacy of the Void. So, but if it's not a Baneling all-in, it is a Roach attack apparently from Soulkey. It's a very early Roach one, even before the natural hatchery was done. And I don't know if Forte is going to be able to scout this. He didn't get a Reaper.
But he does have the depot down. This will buy a little bit of time. Not significant time where you're like, oh my god, that was the difference between life and death. But sometimes that extra 12 seconds is what you need to evacuate the SCVs from the natural. The extra 30 seconds is what you need to actually get the Marines in the bunkers. Whatever the case may be, this depot is going to help out a bunch. As we see for now, it keeps Soulkey from scouting, which is pretty important, but not as big of a deal as scouting the Roaches, as you said. Ravagers with Corrosive Bile are basically Banelings in a sense, at least when it comes to attacking buildings.
Yeah. Salvation Forte is really playing quite well. He's always been that guy like shows up to the Korean leagues and he'll do like decent, and we're thankful to have a Terran, that type of deal. But he certainly isn't the one winning the leagues, and Soulkey has. So him being Soulkey, especially 2-0, and if he's going to make it look easy, we'll see with this hold, would be quite a feat. So the supply depot goes down, but it buys just those crucial seconds. Unfortunately, Forte was relying a lot on that supply depot apparently and didn't bother with a bunker that would have bought an even more crucial seconds.
Yeah. Well,
and I don't know if he can hold this. The supply depot is also down.
If there was a tank or something, like you're like, yeah, not a problem. If there's a Liberator, yeah, not a problem. But supply blocked on a medevac. It's a pretty good surround, but is it enough to win this game? I mean, he's gonna lose a lot of SCVs even if he holds this perfectly. Yeah. Which he's not doing, by the way.
You might want to pull the SCVs back now. Okay, there he goes. Does have enough now, and then Hellen's getting some splash damage too. But he's down 10 SCVs versus 20 drones. With a medevac coming out, he actually has the potential to come back. And of course, 2 meals at a time as well. So the economy really is not too bad. Yeah,
well, I mean, a big part of this is getting across that map to do that damage with units. But with this constant rally, can he actually get units across the map? Soulkey is struggling to make this all in, finish the game, but I feel like it's already done the damage. If he had drones sooner than getting that second round of Roaches out, maybe, or if those Roaches were at home defending, maybe, but like while he got ahead, he may have over-dedicated. 3 Hellions coming across the map, and there's not even a Queen in the main to stop this. She's coming back now slowly.
And again, though, like, besides that one supply depot,
don't
he
pull
should
the
have
drones.
had many more stops to that all-in, that attack, and he didn't. So it's so surprising that he ends up doing it so well, and even doing this damage here so good. Liberator's popping out now too. It's going to be annoying to deal with for Soulkey. Attack just right to the middle. Didn't expect that.
That last second split was really sexy out of those drones too. That was the difference of 10 dying versus less. But only 7 drones go down. The Marauder's not kind of caught in the middle of the map. No medevac coming out soon to go save them, sadly. So, while these Hellions did a little bit of damage earlier, Forte may be in the same problem that Salvation or that Soulkey was, where he over-dedicated. Because now, what does he have at home to defend this counterattack? Nothing. SCV's getting pulled. Marine, Marauder, Hellions barely. I mean,
this is pretty funny. This
Liberator
is a game of over-dedicating just the tiniest little bit from both parties, but But Forte still has these Hellions alive, so he still has potential to do damage on the other side of the map. That's a big problem. Maybe not for long.
Oh my god, I can't believe that lived. For now. The jokes of, like, you know, the game of throws, this is actually kind of precisely that, though, like a game of actual throws, each player doing good damage and then overcommitting afterwards. The Liberator's going to try and hold this ramp. That Deepo's got to stay up, of course. It's out of position to stop the Roaches for now, but it was trying to save some of those SCVs. Worker count a little bit ahead for Soulkey, but I think with the 2 mules at a time, Salvation's perfectly fine behind this, as long as he doesn't do something really stupid.
He also has all the tools, whereas Soulkey is going to run out of opportunities to use, like, his units. Forte could make another medevac, the Liberators could go across the map, the Hellions could try and dive in on stuff. Soulkey is running out of those types of options. Actually, Forte going for a Hellbat Liberator attack. Interesting.
I'm not sure if this is a great choice or not. So he flies past the Queen to go siege up. You can't abuse the siege up location on this map in particular, but I guess really just wanting to deny mining quite badly. Queen's here. Ooh, they got a transfuse ready to go, and they're going to try and sneak around the outskirts of this. But while this goes on, another Liberator's coming forward. 2 Liberators is significantly better than 1, but unfortunately the first one goes down pretty quick. Small Hellion run by. I guess some were repaired and some were built new. Going to try and get to the natural base. Really just looking to kill drones this game. And I mean, deny mining in the main's not killing much, but this was not enough of a distraction to devastate the natural base. Liberator does reposition.
Yeah, I mean, so I mentioned like suiciding with the Hellbat or the Hellions and, you know, the Liberator attack, but once he threw on the Armory, I thought he was going to be actually more conservative with all of those units. Now he's giving away his Hellions. I guess he has some more.
Ooh.
He has 3 now.
Well, this attack actually looks great here in the middle of the map. Like this is actually really bad for Soulkey.
The Marauders are going to be, well, the Marauder, okay, it's going to be key. Micro, even better. There are enough Roaches, they have a bit of a concave. They both have the tools to defeat each other, but it is a very micro-intensive battle right there.
As micro-intensive as it is, just wait for the Liberator, man. Don't dedicate too much again. Stop doing that.
Imagine if he hadn't thrown away those 4 Hellions or the 2 Liberators, the main base, and he had that entire push all together. I think that Soulkey, I mean, maybe because he wasn't dealing with the harassment, he would have been able to hold off that type of attack too, but I don't know. I kind of would have preferred him just go with everything at once. But, oh well.
I do love units. I do, like, okay, as bad as this is, and let's be honest, guys, this has been a bad game out of both players. I do love how the micro intensity really took priority here. I love watching micro games, micro battles. This is starting to look too good for Soulkey, though. That Liberator, even if it was home instead of across the map, Ravagers can take care of it fairly easily. I
actually don't think that Forte had to lose this game.
I don't think either player had to lose this game for a lot. Like, you could argue at like so many different points in the 8 minutes of this game that this shouldn't have gone badly for either player, but yet it went terribly for both, and now it just went more terribly for Forte. Soulkey is going to tie up the series 1-1 and give us that game 3, that ace match. What a silly, weird game.
That is funny.
GG. Okay, well, this one